Alrighty, guys, welcome into episode 1 of 5 Minute Wager, brought to you by Better and Green. I am Ethan. With me this season is Wyatt. Wyatt, new face on 5 Minute Wager. I know you filled in for me a few times last year. But yeah, basically, guys, Ben does a ton for us on the back end, especially during football season, just constantly putting in work that you guys never even realize. It just has a lot on his plate. So Wyatt is stepping in at least through football season. We might make it a three-man show come the springtime, but Wyatt, yeah, happy to have you here this season for the 5 Minute Wager. Looking forward to talking some hockey with you throughout the year. And how's the season been? We're about 3-4 weeks into the NHL season. How you been doing?
Yeah, I am a football better at heart, so that does take a majority of my time and money. But I have been enjoying a couple NHL plays, usually every single night. I know the night of recording here, I do not have any plays, which is rare for me. But usually, I'm posting plays over there on Twitter, and I've been doing pretty decent right now. I got a little system that I'm rocking. Don't know how long it's going to last. It'll probably backfire very, very poorly, like they always do for me. But currently, right now, it's doing really well. So I feel like I'm seeing the board semi okay, and usually these bets are pretty juicy underdogs that I am taking. It's kind of part of the system there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continue rolling here and talking some hockey and getting some bets out there.
Yeah, and just before we get into game one, like I said, Ben has a lot on his plate. I know he has been betting quite a bit lately in that betting group, and he has been killing the NHL. So follow him on Twitter as well at the GM Rep. Um, he doesn't always post his plays, but if he does, they're ones you're going to want to tail because he's been killing the NHL. But yeah, Wyatt, I'm going to send it to you first. What is your first play for tonight's slate?
Yeah, first up, again, a little biased here. Me and Ethan are Michigan born and raised, but I am going to take the Red Wings on the money line. They are plus 120, and they are home against the Winnipeg Jets. I did cash on the Blackhawks yesterday or Monday after they beat the Jets outright. They were a plus 170 or something underdog. Going to go right back to it. The Jets are 8-1, still a very good team. Detroit's 4-4-1. I understand Detroit's at home, so they have a little home ice advantage here, but I just think it's a little too obvious to take the Winnipeg Jets on a bounce back game against a very mediocre Red Wings team. I think the plus 120 money line odds for Detroit are not super appetizing. I was expecting, honestly, to be closer to like 150 or above against one of the best teams in the league here. So I just think it's ugly. And again, that system I've been rocking with early in the season, the ugly plays have just been hitting. The ugly lines that I feel like no one wants to jump on are hitting right now. So I got to trust it at least a couple more, hopefully weeks, but it could end, like I said, very abruptly. But Detroit Red Wings on the money line is my first play here.
Yeah, just a quick correct you there. It was Toronto that they lost to. Hawks beat the Avs, so I know
You're
you're
right.
on
You're
both.
right.
You're on the
You're right.
Hawks and Toronto, but yeah, Toronto did give the Jets their first loss, and we're starting off very differently than what we did on our NBA show, which is out on YouTube right now. If you guys want to go check that out, I'm right there with you. I'm taking the Wings on the money line, um, and yeah, really, I mean, the Jets were undefeated, 8-0. Going into that game against the Maple Leafs, they lost, and I think it's just a kind of a negative spot here. You try so hard to keep that winning momentum going, and you finally lose. You can kind of breathe out a little bit. Um, I almost see it. This is a weird comparison, but with Jared Goff, when he gets these throwing streaks going, 13 for 13, 14 for 14, it almost just like takes the pressure off once you do get that first incompletion. You can kind of play more carefree. Um, which I guess that analogy would put me on the Jets, um, but no, I think I think it kind of takes their focus away from, um, putting in so much effort. I think, and they did put in a huge effort against the Maple Leafs. Almost actually came back. I was sweating that game. I know both of us were on the Leafs money line. Um, but yeah, now they have to travel to Detroit with that first loss under their belt. And Detroit, they're on a 2-game losing streak, but they've really played pretty well up to their competition. They beat the Preds, who I think are a good team. The Islanders are always scrappy. They beat the Devils, who I expect to end up being a decent team. They took the Oilers to overtime. So yeah, I think Detroit's very capable of playing up in this game. I think it's low scoring as well. I do lean the under. But yeah, I think it's a bad spot for the Jets. So I am with you. I am also on the Red Wings money line. I'll just stick right to it. I'm going for my second play here, and it's kind of very similar. This is a new strategy that I'm actually trying, which is similar to why I'm on the Wings. But I'm looking to play on teams if they're on a losing streak and get their first win. I'm looking to play on them. If they're on a big winning streak and get their first loss, I'm looking to play against them. So we have the New Jersey Devils and the Vancouver Canucks. This is the late 10:30 game, and we have both streaks going against each other here. The Devils were on a 4-game losing streak, snapped that with a win on Sunday against the Anaheim Ducks. They won 6-2. Meanwhile, the Canucks were on a 4-game win streak. Then that got snapped Monday night in overtime against the Hurricanes. So yeah, I'm looking to fade the Canucks, looking to play on the Devils. Luckily for me, they're playing each other. It's a pick 'em price, minus 110 both ways. Give me the Devils on the road to keep up with that positive momentum.
Yeah, I was looking at that game. It was a weird line. Like you said, a pick 'em. I do think the Devils are the superior team, so I do like that quite a bit. My second bet, this one is a little juicy, a little gross, but I am taking the Islanders on the money line. They're minus 162, so a little gross. But they are at Columbus. Columbus has a night of rest. Columbus is 4-3-1. The Islanders play on Tuesday night. They play the Ducks, so they're going to be on a back-to-back. They have to travel to Columbus, and they are 3-3-2. So they have to travel. They're playing on back to back. They have a inferior record, and they're a minus 162. So again, usually I just like playing on the lines that just I can't imagine a whole lot of people jumping on this bet. So that's the reason I'm doing it. Again, it's a little juicy, minus 162. I never love giving out that much juice, but for how much underdog dogs I take, I think it's okay to throw in a minus 160 every once in a while. So Islanders on the money line, I think they get it done against the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, I like that play a lot. Jackets off that huge upset win over the Oilers as well. Also, just got to say this because with those ugly dogs, for those that don't have Bet Rivers, if you're looking to bet hockey, especially money lines, I highly suggest it. If they're minus 162 on DraftKings, there's a good chance they're like minus 145 on Bet Rivers. It's just always, they seem to always have a nice line out there. So I would recommend that. Not that we're sponsored or anything. I wish we were, but um, yeah, I will give out my final play here before throwing it back to you. I am looking at another pick'em price. I'm going to take the LA Kings on the money line again, minus 110. They're hosting the Knights. I feel like this play could be pretty square, but the Knights are 7-2-1, so 7-3. They have 7 wins at home, 0 losses, 0 wins on the road, 3 losses. So they're winning at home, they're losing on the road. I faded them on Monday against the Flames. They shut them out 5-0, so that was never even close. But now they do have to hit the road. I think they're feeling pretty good about themselves on a 4-game winning streak. And it's a familiar matchup for the Kings. They're on a 2-game win streak against the Sharks and Utah, so not crazy juggernaut teams by any means. Um, they will actually be on a back-to-back because they do play the Sharks on Tuesday night. But I don't expect a huge effort. They're on the road, but they're just up in San Jose. It's not like a huge travel spot. Really just looking to fade the Knights, who I think have overachieved this far into the year on the road where they clearly have not played well. And these teams just played a week ago Tuesday. The Knights won 6-1, so it is a pretty rapid revenge spot here for the Kings. I think they get it done on home ice.
Yeah, I saw those Kings, and I saw like a pick'em price. I knew you were going to be on them, so I left I left off that bet. But yeah, that was the side I was leaning as well, especially following a 6-1 loss to that same team. My final play, if you thought that one might be a little square, this one's the squarest of them all. I'm taking the over of the Lightning and the Avs. This is at 6.5, probably the best game in my opinion on the board. Basic reason for this, it might be a little subjective, but I looked at each of these teams, the Lightning and the Avalanche, looked at the games where they played against. In my opinion, again, the subjective part, are noteworthy teams, teams that I think are going to make the playoffs because I think both these teams are playoff caliber. The Lightning have played the Knights in a 4-3 game, the Leafs in a 5-2 game, and the Devils in an 8-5 game, all super high scoring against what I believe are playoff contending teams. Likewise, the Avalanche have also played the Knights in a 6-1 game and the Knights in an 8-4 game. Then they played the Bruins in a 5-3 game. So 3, again, very high scoring games. Just seems like there's going to be a lot of offense. I do think this is going to be the better game, the best game of the slate to watch. I think they're the two best teams competing against each other. So again, it's probably a little obvious, little square. I believe it's like -122. Hopefully this doesn't get to 7, but yeah, I like the over. I think there's too much offense, not enough goaltending here for this to stay under.
Yeah, I like it. I typically a hockey under better, but that just is not going well. A lot of high scoring games to start out the year, but yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it for episode 1 of 5 Minute Wager. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will be back at least probably once a week, if not twice a week here and there, with more hockey bets. But for all our bets that we do give out, do follow us on Twitter at Worst Bets, at eBambers26, again at the GM rep for Ben. Yeah, like I said, we give out all our plays there. And check out our other videos on YouTube, especially if you do like to bet other sports. We have our Dropping Dimes NBA, our Intentional Lounging NFL. We have our Power 5 picks for college football. Ben and Bobby do their Tapping Vegas MMA. We have articles coming out for soccer, more NBA, baseball while we still have it. I mean, we just have every sport going on. College basketball is coming up in a week. We'll have shows and articles out for that as well. So check us out, bettergreen.com. And guys, until next time, hope you guys have a profitable night. Hope we gave you some picks. Go Wings, and we'll see you in the next episode. Lights keep shifting, strategy, devotion, last on the skates, fade at the gates, go on fast, stack debates, brush rotate, thoughts fluctuate, analyze the plays while speculate, 5 minute wager, quick flip paper, game time saver, stats calculator.